in order that we take that in every bit of what we do in the government through the legislative steps that we have, a lot of consultation happened during the budget and pre-budget preparations. You are aware that between July and February, a lot of consultation took place with the industry. We had a lot of inputs again coming from them in making ease of doing business a lot more meaningful. There was also a group of ministers which went into looking at the Companies Act and seeing how many such sections have something which worries the business and makes it difficult for them to do every bit of compliance. And therefore, the group of ministers, the pre-budget consultation, all resulted in a lot of suggestions which then we went through the process of looking at the Companies Act. Now, therefore, we went with a proposal to the Cabinet in which we suggested 72 changes to 65 sections, meaning for those 72 changes, we need to amend 65 sections of the Companies Act, which was passed in 2013. And all of you are quite aware, between 2013 and today, this particular act has gone through repeated, stakeholder consultation and also taking a lot of input and amending so that it results in greater ease for the companies which have to follow. So as a result, in this particular set of amendments, the priority is to decriminalize this act. So majority of what is being changed is to remove those particular sections or particular, technical requirements, all of which result in giving a criminality to the offense which may not be at all intended to be malified. So what we have done is 72 changes, all of which have been approved by the Cabinet, which will result in amending 65 sections. The major thrust, of course, is looking at ease of doing business and decriminalizing. So, what is being proposed is as follows. We'll recategorize 23 offenses out of 66 compoundable offenses under the Act. There are 66 compoundable offenses, of which 23 will get recategorized, and they will be dealt with an in-house adjudicating framework. So of the 66 compoundable offenses, 23 will be recategorized, and they will now be capable of being handled within an in-house framework which can adjudicate on the matter. Second, we are omitting 7 compoundable offenses altogether. Third, we are limiting the punishment for 11 compoundable offenses to only fine by removing, this is important, by removing imprisonment in total. I'll repeat that point, that's the third point. Limiting punishment for 11 compoundable offenses, and those limiting will enable us to restrict it to just fines, and there shall not be imprisonment on them. So that the provision which existed for imprisoning has been removed. Then the fourth point is 5 offenses are to be dealt with under different alternative frameworks. And then the sixth is reducing the quantum of penalties in respect of 6 defaults decriminalized earlier. Earlier also there was an attempt which we had done, and even in that now we want to reduce even the quantum of penalties. I'll repeat this one point, or you want me to do the last point is, we had decriminalized some aspects earlier also, not just through this amendment which is coming this time, but for those in which the decriminalization had already taken place, and only penalties were to be included. For those also, the quantum of penalties is also being reduced now. Clear now? That's, yeah, the first one was recategorizing 23 offenses out of 66. And those 23 will have in-house adjudicating framework. Second is removing 7 altogether, which had compoundable offenses nature. Third is limiting the punishment for 11 compoundable offenses, which earlier had a provision for imprisonment. Now we are removing them totally. In the sense, we are removing the imprisonment angle and limiting the